Hello. Okay, I cannot believe I am recording this for a couple reasons. Because this is now the second time I've shown my face on camera wearing no makeup and looking just like a scumbag, but just kind of yuck. And I'm a Libra, I'm a little bit vain, so that doesn't make me happy. But nevertheless, and I'm just basically going to not rant, but more than likely, yeah, it'll just come across as ranting. So please know in advance that if you are sick of watching YouTube videos where random people just talk about random stuff that is just their point of view, then please just go ahead and move along, because that's all this is going to be. I just shot a video of leaving my fiance's and the dark chemtrail clouds that were visible, and basically had a bit of as I continued to drive, could see more of the horizon. I was like, I mean, they were everywhere. Literally, the sky was littered with them. It still is. And again, this is where I would, if I were watching this video, I'd be like, well, let me see what you're talking about. And I'm driving, so I'm just unable to do that. And with my subpar videotaping skills, as those of you who've seen any other of my videos know, that's just not going to be a good thing. But I do get more than a little worked up, and that's just not a good thing. I'm not happy with myself when I get that way. Everywhere I look, I don't understand how people don't see this. That's what just plagues me. I'm just like, how in the world, oh, whoops, whoops, sorry about that. Like, if you were born if you grew up looking at the sky in the 80s, then, I mean, even just a little bit, if you looked at the sky, you would just see that something is terribly, terribly amiss and very, very much different. And so yeah, that's my first little rant. There's just kind of, I'm like one of the most unobservant people in the world. Like my neighbors, I live in a condo, and I'm pretty sure my neighbor's place could be on fire, and I would realize it once I was burning up in my living room. So that's how unobservant I am. It's my fiance and I laugh about it all the time. So the fact that I'm so grossly aware of this makes it even extra bothersome to me. So let's see. Oh yeah, so the reason I decided to jump on here is because every now and then I have a wave of kind of rationality, I think, that sweeps over me, and I attribute that to, it might sound silly to some, but to my faith in God. And as I'm sitting here slightly hyperventilating, wanting to capture everything that I'm seeing from a different perspective, because as you know, I typically just step outside my condo front door, and whatever perspective I get is all that I capture, not all that I see, knowing that if I were to drive a half a mile up the road, I would see probably a lot more craziness, and just a lot more in general. But okay, so the nugget of wisdom that I was reminded of, I think, by the grace of God, was something as simple as the Serenity Prayer. And I think that, AA and just, I don't know how you guys feel about AA and that establishment, but I personally think I'm so grateful that it helps so many people. I do myself see it a little cultish. But I think the Serenity Prayer has kind of been bastardized. I hope that wasn't blasphemous to use both those words in the same sentence, but I mean, whenever I get kind of just so worked up, I'm not quite sure what to do with myself, and I have a lot of energy that's not being harnessed in a positive way, whenever I truly think about what the words of the Serenity Prayer are, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and here's the kicker, the wisdom to know the difference. Just seriously, is a wave of serenity washes over me. I feel like that sounds so retarded, but that's just kind of how I am. I'm naively idealistic,
42 years old. Still, I've maintained that naivety. Quite actually proud of myself for being able to do that, because the alternative is becoming quite jaded. Which, yeah, I mean, that's easy to do. I would imagine, given what's going on in the world today. So I think I should stop now. Let's see, it's been, what, 5 minutes? That's probably way too long of me ranting. But, so, the Serenity Prayer, again, maybe if any of you kind of get just that, feeling, be it due to the chemtrails, be it due to the 5G towers that are going up. I mean, at least in Nashville, we are one of the lucky early adopters of 5G, which I believe is the true atrocity of, whoops, so sorry, of our time. Sorry, it's hard for me to multitask, and driving, and that's pretty sad. Driving and talking, I'm finding difficult. So, yeah. I haven't even touched upon those subjects because I don't even know how to begin to touch upon those subjects, but maybe just at least getting the word out there that, you know, if you guys haven't looked into 5G, and basically that ties to the singularity, the smart grid, which harkens back to, you know, that novel I think we all read in, what was it, 8th grade, 1984. At least as far as I'm concerned, and I certainly would never claim to know what's going on, because it's just, yeah, everything is just, I don't know, people that say this is the way, like, that's Max Egan is like my most favorite person in the world. He has his YouTube channel is The Crow House. He's always says, you know, whenever you meet somebody who says this is what's going on, just turn around and run. So I try to keep that in mind, and I don't ever want to preach this is what's going on, because I mean, if anybody does, I mean, I sure as shit don't know. I just know what I see, and I actually do quite a bit of research and spend more time